Ay mga brother and sister, nandito naman ba ako upang magbigay sa inyo ng inspiration. Unang-una, inaalay ko to, itong video to, para sa mga may katulad sa akin na para sa mga katulad sa akin na may kapansanan. Isa ko lang ang masasabi sa inyo. Kaya natin to kahit ganito tayo. Kaya natin gawin ang mga bagay na kaya ng normal. Yung iba nga bulag na nakakapag-gitara, ito lang paa, ito lang kamay, nakakapag-swimming. Marami tayo, kahit tayo ganito, marami tayong magagawa. Huwag mong isipin na pag may kamansanan ka, di mo na kayang gawin ang lahat. Ito po, meron ako lang yung papadaan na maikling video kung saan pinapakita na kaya maging successful ang isang may kapansanan. Kahit na hirap siya sa kanyang sarili, kaya niyang patunayan na kaya. Ito po, panoorin natin.
Limitations that will defy their destinies in life and stop them from achieving their dreams. Others have sworn not to allow their disabilities to interfere with their life's journey. These people determined to become living proofs that anyone can overcome their obstacles and accomplish anything they desire. Here is a list of 7 extraordinarily inspiring people who overcame their disabilities and never quit. Jessica Cox. Jessica Cox is a Filipino-American who was born without arm due to a rare birth defect. She is the world's first licensed armless pilot, and as well as the first armless double black belt in the American Taekwondo Association. Even though she was born with this rare congenital disease, she believes that with commitment and resilience, anyone can overcome any challenge and pursue their dreams with positivity. Jessica can write, type, comb her hair, drive a car, play the piano, and make phone calls all by just using her feet. And she does effortlessly. Jessica's goal is to motivate people around the world on how to overcome new challenges with determination, never doubt their abilities, and inspire enthusiasm to live life to the fullest. She became an inspirational speaker, where she uses her own life as an example of what one can achieve if one is creative, persistent, and fearless, and inspired thousands to overcome their obstacles. Muniba Mazari, aka Iron Lady of Pakistan. Muniba Mazari was born in southern Punjab of Pakistan. At the age of 18, she got married. After 2 years of marriage, she met an accident and the car fell into a ditch, as her husband had fallen asleep while driving. She sustained several major injuries, including broken bones in her arm, ribcage, shoulder blade, collarbone, and spine. Her lungs and liver were also deeply cut. Moreover, the entire lower body was left paralyzed. Post-surgery, she was left bedridden, not for a few months, but for 2 years. Bad days of her life started after the accident. Muniba Mazari's husband divorced her because of her disability, and she was left alone with her adopted son Neil. Not only her husband, but her father also left the family in such pain. She was left helpless. She used to chop her hair off in frustration, but her bravery started dominating all these painful feelings. She started painting in hospital. Physiotherapy helped her recover enough to use a wheelchair. She is a divorced girl and abandoned daughter, but instead of moaning, she summoned up her courage and nourished her adopted son alone. She later became the first anchor who was on a wheelchair. She has also left her imprint in the field of modeling, as the first wheelchair-bound model of Pakistan. She also became a singer and motivational speaker, inspired millions around the globe. She also made the National Ambassador for UN Women Pakistan, after being shortlisted in the 100 Inspirational Women of 2015 by the BBC. She also made it to the Forbes 30 Under 30 list for 2016. Ben Underwood. At the age of 2, Ben Underwood was diagnosed with retinal cancer and had both eyes removed at the age of 3. He was able to detect the location of objects by making clicking noises with his tongue. Because of his lack of sight, he learned how to perceive his surroundings with human echolocation. which is the ability to determine objects in the environment by sensing echoes from those objects after creating sounds. Ben has mastered the ability to accomplish his favorite activities of skateboarding, rollerblading, riding a bicycle, playing basketball, and football. Ben gained instant popularity from YouTube from his videos of his echolocation abilities, with millions of views, and was invited to share his skills on Oprah and The Ellen Show. When he turned 15, his cancer returned, and after several failed chemo treatments, he decided to stop the treatments and live his last moments at home with his family in peace. He died at the age of 16, and his funeral was attended by thousands of people who were touched by Ben's great diligence and inspiration. After his death, his story continues to spread around the world and has been included in textbooks in schools from many countries to continue to inspire and change lives. Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking is one of the world's renowned British physicist and cosmologist. Despite being diagnosed with a rare disease called ALS, short for amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, which is a terminal illness that wears away at the nerve and muscle function over time, he refused to give up his intellectual pursuits of explaining the nature of time, black holes, and the origin of the universe during his long career at Cambridge University.
I hope I will be remembered for my work on black holes and the origin of the universe, not for things like appearing on The Simpsons.
He believed that however bad my life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at. Despite the progressively debilitating illness that gradually paralyzed him over the decades, he continued to travel to conferences and share his knowledge of science to the public, and his book, A Brief History of Time, has helped people have more accessible knowledge to science, and which is the work that brought him worldwide fame. Stephen is regarded as the world's most brilliant scientist because of his intellectual.
I think global warming is a greater threat than terrorism. Climate change could kill millions.
And famous for his amazing discoveries and undying spirit while living with the distressing condition of incurable motor neuron disease. For more than half a century, he contributed so much to the fields of cosmology, general relativity, and quantum gravity, and became an inspiration to everyone, especially those who have disabilities. Marla Runyon. Marla Runyon is the first legally blind American track and field athlete, roadrunner, and marathon runner to compete in the Olympic track. At the age of 9, she was diagnosed with Stargardt's disease, a form of progressive damage to the macula that left her legally blind. Despite her loss of vision, she didn't let stand in the way of her dreams of becoming an athlete. She had participated in several athletic competitions, which are the heptathlon, 200-meter dash, 100-meter hurdle, high jump, long jump, shot put, javelin throw, and the 800-meter run. In 1992, she had won 5 gold medals for the Barcelona Paralympics, and in 1999 won a gold medal in the 1500-meter dash at the Pan American Games. In the New York City Marathon, she was regarded as a world-class runner, with a record as the second fastest debut time by a woman. She has several American awards and her records for various running events. Marla has used her achievements and personal profile to inspire many people that having a physical disability does not define who a person is. She never thought of her blindness as an obstruction to become a great athlete, and had shown that through one's determination, perseverance, passion, and self-belief could make what seems impossible to be possible. Nick Vujicic. Nick Vujicic was born in 1982 in Melbourne, Australia, without arms or legs. Despite being diagnosed with the rare tetra amelia syndrome, he refused to allow his physical condition to limit his chance at life, and was determined to use his disability as a mission to change people's lives, by showing that even though he was born without limbs, he has the capacity to overcome any circumstances in his life. During his childhood, Nick dealt with the typical challenges at school and adolescent, such as bullying and discrimination, but he also suffered from depression and loneliness while he questioned why he was born so different from all the other kids. After graduating from college at the age of 21, he found the purpose of his existence, which is to show and inspire people around the world.
Now life, I see as an opportunity. This circumstance, there's got to be something good.
No arms, no legs.
No worries, mate.
They can accomplish as many things as they want by doing most of the things he loves to do, like fishing, painting, and swimming, to show that anything is possible. He became a Christian evangelist and motivational speaker who traveled around the world to motivate and instill hope in millions of people. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. a beloved US president who helped guide the nation successfully through World War II. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt is considered a great president, and the entire time he was in office, FDR was also a wheelchair user. Upon starting his political career in Gusto, he contracted polio while drinking water at a campground and became paralyzed from the waist down. Through years of practice, Roosevelt managed to train himself to walk short distances using metal leg braces, reliant on the support of one or two other people standing at his side. He developed a series of tricks to mask his condition. At public appearances, Roosevelt developed a method of appearing that he was walking, by holding on to an advisor or his son, carrying a cane in the other hand and swinging his legs forward. Even though it wasn't made public until years later that he couldn't walk for fear of the public doubting his competency, FDR proved paralysis wasn't a roadblock to becoming a great leader.
Ayan po, napanood natin, di ba? Nakaka-inspire, di ba? May puto lang paa, walang kamay, pero nagawa niya. Naging successful ka. Kaya magtiwala lang tayo sa Panginoon at sa ating sarili. Na kaya ito binigay sa atin kasi kaya natin to. Binigay ito sa atin ng Panginoon dahil kaya natin. At kaya natin malagpasan ito. Dahil alam mo bro, sister, tayong mga may kawasanan ay napaka-special sa Panginoon. Kaya ngayon huwag ka mong mawalan ng bagasa. Kung iniisip mo, di mo maabot ang mga pangarap mo, dasal ka lang sa Panginoon. Sabi mo, Panginoon, tulungan mo ako na magawa. Kaya kagaya ko, ito pagbubulag ang ginawa ko. Kahit na mahirap, sinubukan ko. Kahit na alam kong pagtitiripan ako, kasi ganito ang pagsasalita ko, ang galaw, okay lang. Basta magawa ko ang gusto ko. Kaya kung ano ang mga naisip mong mga paraan, gawin mo basta wala kang tinatabakan tao. Kaya ang mga sinasabi nilang mga di ka kasi ganyan ka, yun parang wala kang magagawa sa sarili mo. Gawin mong motivation ng mga sinasabi nila. Ipasok mo dito ang mga sinasabi nila at ilabas mo sa kabilang tema. Itatag mo sa positiban mo na kaya mo. Kung kaya nakakarami, kaya mo. Isipin mo, kung walang kamay, nakakapag-gawin na. Napanood mo ba yun sa balita? Yung wala siyang kamay, gamit niya ba ibinta. Yun, gawin mo ang negosasyon at manalig ka lang tulungan Panginoon. Sabi nga ng lola kong taga-Bulacan, sabi niya sa akin, kaya mo yan. Bahalang araw, maabot mo din ang mga pangarap mo. Hindi man ngayon ibigay ng Panginoon tayo ng darating. Magugulat ka na lang. May darating tayong higit pa. May plano tayo ang Diyos. Sabi nga sa Isaiah 60:22, tamang oras, ako ang Diyos ay may plano sa iyo. Kaya patuloy ka lang manalo. Bago para tayo magtapos, binabati ko po ang mga kasalubong po, Team Hosea. Lalo na po ang ating leader, si Kuya Jojo Badato Talantas. At iniimbitan ko po kayo na magsimba online sa Facebook page Jesus Christ Anchor Church. Live po yan tuwing linggo. Live po. Mula alas 10 hanggang alas 12. Sa hapon naman alas 3 hanggang alas 5. Simba po kayo. Bago tayo magtapos, samahan niyo muna ko sa may simba namin. Ngayon, maraming salamat po sa araw na itong binili ni kami at sa mga darating pong mga araw. Salamat po na dahil lagi ko kaming ginagawa yan at iningatan. At alam namin hindi mo kami kailangan pag-ubayaan. Maraming salamat po sa lahat-lahat. Jesus, patawarin niyo po kami sa mga nagawa namin kasalanan. Pagkat di po namin alam ang aming ginagawa. Patawarin mo po kami na Jesus na. Salamat po. Ikaw na bahala sa lahat. Sa lahat, sa aming lahat. Sa aming pamilya at sa aming bansa. Iligtas mo po kami. Salamat po at ingatan namin namin. Salamat po. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen. Alright. Ngayon, natapos lang tayo sa pinag-usapan natin. Sige po, paalam. Hanggang sa muli.